Hello guys, and welcome back to the Interloper run of the Long Dark. This is Ronyan. We're about to leave the Quonset gas station and head to Desolation Point and find the Reich in there and go in the forge and craft what we need in terms of our tools that are essential to survive for a long period of time in Interloper. Can't really do too well without a knife or a hatchet, really. Last time I did some preparations to go on this trip here. We boiled a bunch of snow, or boiled a bunch of water, and we have plenty of cattail stalks for food, so it's not an issue. And we also dropped off a bunch of deer skins and guts in the log sort. So we're just going to travel down the road here to the end, and then we'll be going through the crumbling highway area, which is not a very fun area. It's pretty common to find a wolf there. Luckily I have a defense. Weather is excellent for traveling, 29 degrees. So we'll make it a pretty long ways. I would have liked to have made this trip starting around day 7, ideally. Or even earlier if you can manage it. It's a good idea. But it took me a long time to find the heavy hammer, and I spent probably an hour and a half in real time looking for it at least. And a lot longer than that in game time, a couple of days or so. But now that we have it, we'll be in pretty good shape going forward. This is just kind of a lot of walking going towards this. And usually not much happens in this stretch of the map. So I mentioned it in my channel update video, but I'm going to be doing a couple of other games in about a month to cover the time in between, this last update for the game and the time story mode comes out. So July I'll be recording probably some Subnautica, and then maybe going back to some old games like Amnesia. And it's a little bit colder now. My warmth is about halfway drained. Still in good shape, and I'm keeping the pistol out here just as a precaution. Pretty sure you can't fracture or sprain your wrist while you're carrying the pistol. You can when you have the rifle out for too long. Yeah, pistol probably shouldn't sprain your wrist from carrying it. You'd be pretty weak if that's the case. Sometimes there can be a wolf over there by those ruined houses and stuff. Didn't see anything. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time over there. Still snowing, so I am gonna get wetter as the time goes on here. Probably will need to. I will need to start a fire if I can't make it to the basement in the crumbling highway pretty quick. Probably at least 2/3 of the way down in my warmth now. But we're getting pretty close to the end of the road here. One thing I like to do on a crumbling highway is stick to the left side of the map. If you're coming from this direction I'm going now, if you just hug that side of the map, your chance of encountering a wolf is less, I think. And there's a cave you can duck into over there. Quality tools, we can pick those up because we can break those down for scrap metal actually. And I think I'm going to be freezing pretty quick. No, I'm doing actually pretty good. I think earlier I looked at the wrong meter. I was looking at my rested condition instead of the temperature. Takes 1 hour to break one of those down. You can get like 3 scrap metal out of it. Not too bad. I think it's more efficient time-wise than breaking down the cabinets, or not the cabinets, but the shelves. We're actually going to duck behind here, and wow, we got hit by a blizzard. Although it didn't really matter, strangely, because we were in that windbreak. Our temperature was still going up when the blizzard hit. We got pretty good clothing, so that's making some of this difference. Okay, let's probably open this trunk. Miss the days of Voyager when you found a lot more stuff, and Stalker too. But it does make the game a lot easier when you find stuff in half the containers you search. Commuter's Lament. If people freeze to death here, they park their car and they weren't able to cross the crumbling highway and they just got stuck there. And the blizzard hit like it's hitting me now. Although you don't see any corpses in this area, curiously. Not sure what that is. At least I'm not aware of corpses here. Maybe I'm forgetting one. There could be one here. So crossing this in a blizzard may seem pretty bad, but it's actually not the worst case. Because a blizzard means there will not be wolves. And that is a great thing in Interloper. You would rather take the hypothermia, I mean not hypothermia literally, but the hypothermia risk in the freezing state. Much better to lose, you know, a few percentage points of condition rather than losing 20 to 50 when being attacked by a wolf. You'd be lucky to get off with 20 on a wolf attack, but it's happened to me before. Blizzard's is going good. We're gonna get into this basement and try to pass the time. If I can find it here. There it is. Okay, get in here. Don't want to contend with that blizzard any longer. The thing we could do is break down the shelf for metal. Oh, I actually found 2 things in that first aid kit. That's rare. I don't think the toolbox is likely to have much. Usually that's where you find hunting knives and such. Got some wool socks. Yeah, I can use that. There you go, 53% condition, decent. Let's break down one of these shelves and see if we can get the blizzard to go away. Not yet. I'm just gonna harvest these toolkits here. Almost into the darkness. So the last leg of this may be pretty dangerous. I will travel in a blizzard in daylight, but not at night unless I really am confident where I'm going. I'm just trying to lower my weight here. It's well, I got above 100 pounds. And I just realized I crafted those snares, but I haven't placed them, so we'll do that when we get back, I guess. No point in putting them in Desolation Point because I'm not going to be back there very often. I drop all that newspaper, drop the extra antiseptic. What else is there? Could drop books that I've researched. Scrap metal's really weighing me down quite a bit. Still hear the blizzard roaring out there. So let's just pass time and see if we can't get out of this. Sounds like it's dying. There we go. We are out of the blizzard. And I can use the lantern now. This will last me a while. I've got a full fuel tank. Gotta take it slow here and hope for no wolves. I'm getting a windbreak from these rocks too. Coming up on the cave here in a minute. There it is right there. Pretty often a deer carcass out front, but I didn't see one there. Looks like just some firewood in a backpack. Another field dressing your kill. I may be able to get that carcass harvesting skill up pretty high. Yeah, there's my corpse that I said wasn't here earlier. That's the only one that I remember from this map, though. Oh, I just saw a wolf behind that tree. Yeah, he sees me. We're gonna light him up here. Yeah, there he goes. It looked like he was running in the direction I wanted to go. I always hate that. Yeah, okay, he's the fire again. And hope he stays away. Did that second shot just to make sure that he would continue running and not try to chase me. Still see him down there. He's hanging a little closer than I'd like, but pretty soon I'll be out of his way. Actually, that may have been just a rabbit that I just saw. Probably that's what it was, because there's a few rabbits down here. go ahead and get into the mine here, and we'll get to Desolation Point pretty quick. Wind's picking up again. I hope we're not going into another blizzard. Game only going to give me an hour break between blizzards, so that's be rough. Number 3 coal mine to Desolation Point. This one's pretty long. There's a few areas through here where you can find stuff. Let's get started on this. I'll probably pick up some coal on the way. Dug down to fit in this little hole here. Takes you like 30 seconds to get through this, it seems like. Alright, now we're out of it. Get that coal lump. And we'll be picking up pretty much all of the coal we can find in here. It's gonna weigh me down some and slow me, but I want to dump all of it at the end of this mine toward the excuse me, toward the Desolation Point entrance. That way I can just come back and get it real easily when I'm coming here again. I can just pick it up at the end of the mine. All it'll be aggregated in one spot. Let's get this metal container, see what's in there. Nothing, but I'm now traveling very slow. I must be over 105 pounds now. No, about 103. Decided not to drop that. I think we're gonna just see how we do. Drink the coffee and chase my tiredness away a little bit. There's a corpse hanging out over here we're going to search. He pretty commonly has a pry bar next to him. He himself doesn't have anything though. So this mine is pretty much going to take up most of the rest of the episode, I believe. Hadn't found a coal piece in a while. There's about 3 of them there, but I really don't want to slow myself down any more than I already am. My capacity for carrying is decreasing, so I think if I picked up all the coal, I would pretty quickly be almost not moving here. Okay, we're at the end of the mine though. One thing I can do is drop it off and then go back a ways and collect it and bring it back here. Pretty good stuff in this tool box here. Let's go ahead and leave the mine. So I've got plenty of coal to put into the forge now, and there's even 4 or 5 pieces inside the Riken which I can use. So that mine was not quite as long as I remembered. It's still fairly long. And do a little shortcut here. Skip next to these rocks instead of going on the half circle around this place. I want to get to that lighthouse as fast as possible so I can be in a sheltered place. Pretty bad to be caught out in the dark in northwestern Canada. Put out the lantern because there's a lot of moonlight out. I can see really well, and it's not super cold. I don't know if the wolves can see you better if you have your lantern lit or not. It may not matter, but I'd rather go, seem like I'm going stealthier anyways. I'm gonna search this truck. Oh, a bandage, nice. I'll take that. Let's get turned around coming out of there. Let's get onto the road here, and then we'll head to the lighthouse, and we'll call it an episode there. A lot of stars out tonight. Seems really quiet, except I hear a few noises of the wind moving something around, I think. And there goes a rabbit. You just have to avoid running into the wolf. He's right near, a lot of times he likes to hang out right up here near this car that's next to the turn that you have to make for to get to the lighthouse. So you gotta watch for this one. You can avoid him, it's possible. You can go around and onto the ice and come back up on the other side. Problem is it's hard to see him because you're coming uphill onto this spot. So he can be right on you pretty quick in this area. Not really too much you can do about it, you just gotta hope for a good RNG, as they say in the speedrunning world. So I don't hear anything, so hopefully he's not here. I'm gonna check out this car though. Nothing in the glove box. Cautious, and there still could be a wolf down on the ice somewhere near her. And sometimes I'll try to run up on the trail with you, but if you get to the wooden bridges, they will not go on the wooden bridges, so you can just lose them that way. So once you're to this point, you're fairly safe. Yeah, it's windy again. I hear a wolf howling, but he could be fairly far away. You get inside that lighthouse and stop freezing. Just a little farther, guys. Sorry for the slow movement here, but I've got to carry some stuff to get to using the Riken. I've done this so many times coming this path. It's the end of Hopeless Rescue Challenge, and I've played that a bunch of times, trying to get better times. That's actually going to be the first challenge that I do when I start playing on the new version. Is do the Hopeless Rescue in under 2 days. And it's fairly challenging to do that, but if you're good at the cliff jumping stuff, it's not all that hard because you can get off Timberwolf Mountain really quick. The main issue is scaling Timberwolf Mountain in a fast time, and for that you have to have some good luck with getting the stems. Stems and coffee are your best friend in that challenge. Driving gloves, I'll take that for leather. So let's go upstairs. We're extremely tired here. I think I've almost hit the exhausted level. That's why I'm barely moving. Gonna drink the herbal tea. We're gonna eat one of these Pinnacle Peach cans. Alright guys, if you enjoyed the content, like and give me a subscribe if you're so inclined, and I'm about to sleep here, and then in the next episode we're going to go into the forge.